I'm not sure I like these 21 by 21s. Fitting staircases in is difficult.
Well, that's why the staircase goes on the outside for me.
Yeah. I
So
like my staircase in the middle, though.
I do a 21 by 21 inner area, and then the pillars sort of wrap around the outside with the staircase, so the overall size is actually 23 by 23 footprint.
Yeah, I might have a staircase like that. I don't know.
Do wood choppers use tools?
If you
Do any of the farmers use tools?
I don't think the foresters don't have a GUI, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Beekeepers don't. Berry farmers don't. And it appears that flax doesn't, and wheat doesn't, on the basis that those two also don't have GUIs. So it doesn't look like any of them use tools.
Cool. Good to
Yeah.
know.
Right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, and then the block and staircase. 1, 2, 3.
My engineer is making dropper trap ammo. It's almost time for me to consider dropper traps. I really don't need them. Doing
Yeah,
fine
I've got
without
trap
them.
ammo.
The reality is we did traps last time, but actually I don't think they were that useful.
They can be. It depends which type you use.
Yeah.
Like the dropper trap, it can be useful as a security thing.
I'd rather just not need it though.
Well, yes. But I'd rather not need the sacred failsafe, whatever it's called. But it might be necessary.
In fairness, I've only put that down because it looks cool.
Yeah. Same.
I've had 187 sacred points now.
Ooh.
21% health reduction.
Right.
Right, I can buy bombs from the shop. And I can buy slow matches from the shop.
So I
Or
think
I
I've
could just
actually
make
used
them.
those. I don't know if they're actually any good.
Well, actually, I can't make them yet. I haven't researched how to make them. I can only buy them currently. In the future, we can make them. So the bomb is 20, and the slow match is 10.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's off to bed again. We made 3 more shells that day. That's pretty good going.
I need to keep an eye on mine.
I'm up to 9
Keep
shells.
not placing them down. I've got another 3. I'm up to 13 shells now. I can satisfy one of my scribes. I've got 2.
I am now playing a waiting game of making shells so that I can make more tablets of ancient wisdom so that I can do Bronze Age research and bread research.
Yeah.
And to a lesser extent jewellery and signs.
One, two, three, 4. The tower is growing slowly.
I'm going to come over and visit your new tower.
3. Well, I'd say it doesn't look nice. Ooh, the
Oh, I've
windmills.
fallen into your trench.
It works.
Yeah, as I say, you can't just run straight across it because you do fall in.
If you sprint, you can.
I was sprinting. I fell in on the 3rd hole.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
So where these staircases are going now, there will be a layer of dirt. Which is everyone's favourite thing to just look at.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got berry farms here, and I'm going to put flax and wheat on the floor above.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's all growing now. I need to figure out the a building for beds and a building for job blocks. That is the next thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got to say that if there's one thing the 21 by 21 size doesn't lend itself to, it's beds.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of having round towers that like come off
That's a
the
good
side of
use of
this.
space.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is I'm not trying to be super economical on space as I normally am.
Okay.
I've put these so the very farms actually have space between them rather than packing them in as much as possible.
This is the thing, I quite like trying to be a bit aesthetic, but there is a limit. Because there's a limit on how much space you have in your banner radius, there is a limit to how aesthetic you can be before it's just like, no, I really do just need to cram it in now.
Yeah.
Unless you can keep going up.
Avoid that.
It's like I've been setting up my scribes out in the desert, but I know that realistically they're going to end up in a cave at some point.
Yeah.
Because the 5x5 area that 2 scribes take up together doesn't lend itself to the 21 by 21 tower.
No, I think those are going to have to go in their own building as well.
But then maybe I do some different buildings that are not like the towers to get use of the roofs, because my towers don't use the roofs.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll
that's
be
my
open
plan.
air.
Is
I mean, in fairness, my towers are
couple of
normally
buildings
open
that are
air
just a
with
bit different.
berry farms on top, but I might make them open air with tree farms on top this time, because I always run out of space for tree farms. You can't really put them under the towers. And while it doesn't make a huge amount of sense to plant trees on the roof, might be what I have to go for.
Yeah, I'll go with trees on the bottom floor. Just it's easier to fit in.
I'm having a separate kind of daggering level for the trees, so they'll be completely independent.
Yeah. I don't really know what I'm doing yet, because I need to do another banner aegis upgrade before I start building, and I need to unlock bricks. Preferably plaster, but at the very least bricks.
Yeah.
Nothing happens overnight because everyone is asleep.
Ooh, only 3 colony points that night.
Yeah, I only got 3. My berries now appear to be down. Oh no, they're still at 10k.
Is that a gap of 3 or a 4? How big do I build these towers?
My flax is actually decreasing ever so slightly. I'm using slightly more flax than I'm making.
13 or 14. We'll go 16, I think.
I've got windows.
Ooh.
Nice.
Only 3, and I don't need them. Again, I won't use windows in my main tower, but if I make a separate bed style tower and a separate scribe tower, then they can have windows.
Yeah. Right, if that's going there, is that going to work? That's a gap of...
I think we'll end up with scribes being in a 7x7 interior tower. It's not going to be a hugely efficient use of space, but it'll do. Right, I'm up to 10 scroll shelves. I've got the optimum number of scroll shelves for one of these 2 scribes.
I think I want this here.
I'm at
I
10.
think that's where I want that.
11 tablets of ancient wisdom. I'm only 4 away from Bronze Age. I can never remember what the hotkey is for science. It's E for inventory and C for colony.
S for science.
No, that's back.
Key bindings.
I'm just pressing all the buttons and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is one. I don't think there is. I feel like there should be a science hub similar to the statistics that you can access the science from. Just as
F5 to
an
talk about
immersive
statistics.
Didn't there ages ago? There used to be a science hub, and you had to like have a colonist work and put all the stuff into the science or something.
Maybe?
Do you
That
remember
was
that?
a while ago.
It was a while
Vaguely,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just E and C apparently. Right, three more tablets, like a
Hang on,
Bronze
E?
Age. E is for inventory by default.
E doesn't do anything
No,
to me.
I
found
do
out.
inventory.
I might be default and I've set it to E because I don't like it being different to Minecraft. That'll be it.
So
Right.
I've rebound the command tool and the banner tool to Q and E, and I've got inventory on one of my mouse buttons.
No, I just scroll into the command and banner tool.
Yeah, I can bother with that. So I've got
Like they're
my
max
1, 2, 3.
max 5 scrolls away. It's not long.
Too far. I'm lazy.
No, I can't
I'm too
stand
lazy.
inventory being on anything other than E. I'm so used to it being on E for Minecraft that I have to change it
That's
to
fair.
E in every game.
That is fair. Right, let's.
Which is why I got thrown when we came back into this last week and my shift and control were swapped to Minecraft. But I do get why that is.
See, I've
And why
swapped
I
mine
have it like
around.
So I have in this I've got shift as run and control as crouch, and in Minecraft I've got shift as crouch and control as run. But that's because shift is the control that I use most in each game. So in this I run more. In Minecraft I crouch more because I double tap W to run. Shift is the easier button to hit, so it's the one that I use the most.
Yeah.
But that is only the case because you used to have to double tap W to run in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And when I started playing, there wasn't the control option. So I got into the habit of W and didn't change.